People today, they could spend half their lives over 50. That's a lot of living. So it helps to have a wise friend and fierce defender in your corner. A friend like AARP. So your health lives longer.
This is just slow-mo karate?
Just slow-mo karate.
Your money lives longer.
I just bought that.
I just sold that.
And your happiness lives longer. That's why the younger you are, the more you need AARP. Join today.
Welcome, everyone, and thank you for joining today's virtual event. As a dedicated volunteer with AARP, I'm delighted to welcome you to a virtual event that's close to our hearts. Our mission at AARP is to enrich the quality of life for individuals as they age through proactive advocacy, impactful service, and the dissemination of valuable information that champions positive social change. In today's event, we're diving into the dynamic concept of disrupt aging. Disrupt aging is about celebrating the diversity of aging experiences through personal stories, images, and a variety of perspectives, fostering a community that is not defined by a single voice, but is inclusive of the many voices advocating for change. Together, we'll challenge outdated beliefs about aging and to ignite new solutions for a future where every individual can age with dignity, purpose, and endless possibilities. Let's engage, learn, and be inspired to view aging through a new lens. Welcome to this journey of discovery and transformation. We also invite you to join the AARP volunteer team to make a difference in the caregiving community.
Hello everyone, my name is Bailey. I'm coming to you from Morton, Illinois. It's January, we're past Christmas, it's terribly cold and snowy outside, and we need some fun indoor crafts to keep ourselves busy. So today I thought I'd show you guys how to make this adorable cardstock paper snowflake. It's so fun to make with your friends, your family, caretakers with their clients, your grandkids, really just a fun craft for anyone. It's also really cute to hang as decor in your house window, and it costs nearly nothing to make. So what we'll need today in order to make this craft are 6 pieces of cardstock paper. Today, as you saw, I'm doing a blue and white snowflake. So I have 3 pieces of blue paper and 3 pieces of white paper. You're also going to need a pair of scissors, a stapler, and some tape. The nice thing about this craft is that you should have almost all of these supplies at your house so that you shouldn't have to leave your house in the dead of winter. I have already started by making 4 of the 6 sides of the snowflakes today, but I have left 2 of the sides untouched for us to make together. So to start, you're going to take your piece of paper, and I'm going to start with the blue one. I'm going to fold over to create a triangle on half of the paper. I'm going to seal down the edges. I like to do this with my fingers and run it back and forth. And then once you have that, you should have about a 2-inch gap left at the end of your paper. You're then going to take your scissors and cut that gap off of the end of your paper. This piece is just garbage and you can just throw it to the side. You then should have one big triangle, and you're going to take one side of the triangle, fold it over directly to the other side to make a smaller triangle. Seal the edges again, and this is what it should look like. You're going to turn it toward yourself, so it's a right triangle facing towards you. And you're going to take your scissors and cut 5 slants going up the triangle. So I'm going to start with 1, like that, and then 4 more behind it. And each slant gets a little shorter than the one before it. So that's 2, 3, 4, and 5. Should look something like that. You're then going to unfold your triangle And it should end up being a nice diamond shape with all of these layers on the inside. Going to lay it on your table flat. Grab a small little piece of tape and fold the innermost triangle or diamond in towards itself and then tape it closed. Should look something like that. The reason we tape this layer is because it's a little too small to fit the stapler in there, but should look like that. Then you're going to skip a layer of paper, go to the next one, fold over, grab your stapler, and then staple that one shut like that. Again, skip another layer, grab the layer after that one you skipped, fold over, and staple shut. And you're going to flip it over and do the other side of layers. So again, fold over. This one you can staple, or should be able to, like that. Do the next layer. Staple shut like that. And then the last final layer should be the biggest. Staple shut. Should look like this at the end, and then set aside. We then have one final piece of paper left. This is your 6th paper. We're going to do the same exact thing. Fold over, create the big triangle, seal the edges, cut that big 2-inch gap off the end of the paper. Again, set that to the side. Should have a big triangle. We're going to evenly fold one side over the other to create our little triangle. Again, face the triangle towards you, find your scissors, and cut 5 strips going up this triangle at a slant. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Then you can open up the triangle, and you should have your nice diamond shape again. So face the diamond towards you. Grab your small piece of tape. Tape the innermost layer together. Should look like that. Again, you're going to skip the next layer to the layer after it. Fold over. Grab your stapler. Staple like that. Skip the next layer. Fold it over. Grab your stapler. Staple. And then flip the whole diamond over. The first layer. Staple together. This is a really great craft for the winter because a lot of time in those months we get pretty bored staying inside and having nothing to do. And this is a nice, cheap, easy craft that can keep you busy for a little while. You can also hang strings from the top and hang them around your house. I think they're really cute and always turn out great. So we should have our 6 sides to our 6-sided snowflake. We have 3 white and 3 blue, and we're going to start connecting them. So I'm going to start with a white one. It doesn't matter what color you start with. I'm going to take a blue one, connect the bottoms like this, and staple them together. And then I'm going to take the middle of the 2 and secure those. Just like that. I'm going to keep going around. So I ended with blue. I'm going to start with a white one. Connect it on the other side of my blue. Staple together. And then connect the middles again, like I did before. Like that. Grab another blue. Connect to the bottom. Staple together. Like that. Connect the middles. Sometimes I like to do a higher, just depending on where my original staples were. Just so it's connected together. Next, I'm going to need a white. So again, connect at the bottom. And then connect in the middle again, like that. And then staple together anywhere you can fit the staple in. Right there. So we have 5 of our sides. We have one more side to add, and it's blue. I'm going to add it in between the 2 whites. Like that, and then connect both of the middle sides. So it's all secured together. One side, and then the next side. And there you have your adorable 6-sided snowflake, fun for decorating and really easy and cheap to make. Next, we're going to hand it over to Amanda, and she is going to show you guys how to make a really cute homemade snowman decoration.
Hey everyone, I'm Amanda and I am back. It is January, it's blistering cold outside, we might be stuck inside, but it doesn't mean we can't have a little bit of fun. So our next project is actually a sensory snowman. Not only is it fun for kids to make or caretakers to make with clients or really anybody to make together, it makes an adorable decoration. It would make an even cuter gift for somebody. But I just really love the thrill of being able to touch it, feel it, see it. It's a great little sensory toy or object for anybody, but also makes a great decoration. So we're going to make a sock snowman. Here's our end product here. Okay, some buttons, of course, a scarf, a little wooden nose. I'm using marker to make the face. And our stocking cap is made from a mismatched sock, which is kind of part of the nostalgia and the fun of this particular craft project. Everybody's got some mismatched socks that they don't know what happened to the other half. And so we're going to cut them up and make a nice little stocking cap for our snowman to keep him or her warm. So most of this products that we're using for sensory snowman today can easily be found located in your house already. The only thing that I did have to go and seek out and get special was my little wooden noses. And I found these on Amazon. I got over 100 of them for just $4. So you could also just draw your nose on with an orange marker if that works for you as well. All right, so let's get started. The first thing you're going to need is a plain white sock. Don't worry if it does have a little bit of color on it. This will become the bottom of our snowman, and this is probably going to end up getting cut off. And the first thing that we're going to do is fill our sock with 2.5 cups of rice. You could put more rice in there if you wanted, but I like the size of this snowman. If you wanted a bigger one, just add more rice. I just really like the size of this, and so that seemed to be perfect for me. You're going to need two rubber bands, and after you have added your 2.5 cups of rice to your sock, and I just used regular old cheap white rice from the store. Anything you have works. You're going to take your first rubber band and you're going to fasten it on to the sock with a little bit of space left to give. And before I put the rubber band where I wanted it, I used my hand to kind of map out where my snowman's head and body would look like if I were to section it off with another rubber band. So that was the first step. But I found it easier to put in the top rubber band before I put in the second so that the rice doesn't want to come out of the top of the sock. So now that we have done those parts already, we will go ahead and put on our second rubber band. And we're going to basically section off with the second rubber band the separation between our snowman's head and our snowman's body. And so I'm just weaving my sock through there, and now you can kind of see our snowman already starting to come to life. Okay, that leaves us a lot of extra sock at the top here. And we're just going to snip that off with a pair of scissors. So we're going to do that next. And it just makes the snowman a little bit easier to work with. I am going to leave a little bit on top, just because it kind of helps fill my hat out when I put that on later. Rubber band down there, and there we go. All right, so you can kind of start to see our snowman come to life. And when I say sensory, I mean that because it's a very squishable toy. And I find it quite satisfying, even as an adult. So you can imagine how much the kids really love this one. And again, we're stuck inside. Let's make, some crafts, do something to pass the time. Today, while we're filming this video here in Illinois, it is 10 degrees. So this is something I would rather be doing than traveling outside if I can help it, that's for sure. All right, what's next on our snowman? Well, the part I like to do next is to draw on my ears, eyes, my eyes and my mouth, and then we'll hot glue our nose on here in just a second. So let me grab a marker. All right, so I like to lay my snowman down so that I can find kind of a nice flat surface like this. And I'm going to go ahead and first draw on my mouth, just making a nice little smiley face that would look like coal pellets if you were to add them on there as my mouth. And I started in the center with my first dot and then just kind of moved out gradually to each side until I got the size smile that I wanted there, and I'll show that to you here in a second. And I'm going to just put a dot where my nose is going to go, but I'm going to glue a carrot over there, and it's going to actually cover that dot in the here in the future. But I just wanted to kind of know where it's going to go so that I can help see where my eyes need to be, in relation to where I've already put my mouth and where my nose will be. And so now I'm going to draw on my eyes. And I'm going to give my eyes a little bit of an eyelash here. And that's up to you if you want to make a more feminine snowman or if you want to make a more masculine snowman. But right now, our face looks a little bit like this. Okay, so I've got my snowman with some eyelashes on. Next step is the scarf. You can pick really any fabric that you have laying around that's a little bit extra. These here are those little fat corners that you can buy from your favorite local fabric store or the fabric section at Walmart. When they come and you buy them, they look something like this. And you can get all different kinds of patterns and colors. And then all I did was open those up. And then they're so nicely folded that the seams will just rip out really easily. So I gave it a little bit of a snip and then a quick rip, and I get a perfect rip every single time. And one side of that fabric actually can make 3 scarves. I'm just going to show you how to cut one. So here I'll make about 1.5 inches cut in and do exactly the same thing, rip real quick. And then I've got a nice perfect scarf for my little snowman. Okay, sorry, kids are getting out of school, coming in to see what we're doing. Shut the door, please. All right, so next on, I'm going to tie on my little scarf. This also helps to kind of make my head kind of not be so wobbly and want to stand up nice and straight on my snowman. Yep, so there we go. And you can, of course, shorten your snowman scarf up if you want. I like cutting kind of at an angle there to give it kind of a little bit of a scarfy type look to it. All right, that looks pretty good. All right, I've got my hot glue gun ready behind me, so we're going to put on some buttons here soon. And then I've got my nice little wooden nose. It's going to look so adorable and cute on there as well. And then the very last part is to find a mismatched sock. And so we have tons of those around our house. We're going to work with the toe part. So we're going to cut it away from the heel, and the toe part, the bottom part of the sock, becomes the stocking cap. So I'll do that next by just cutting right through the heel. Straight across. And I tried to pick a scarf that kind of matches some of the colors in my sock. Okay, and then as I said, I like to leave this kind of topper on a little bit because it kind of helps also to fill out my head just a little bit. This. And if your hat just doesn't want to stay on for you, you can just put a little touch of glue on there and glue it on. And you can even kind of fiddle around with the hat and see which way you like it. Maybe you might like it the inside out way better. So I'm going to check out what that looks like. Because I'm looking to try and pull a little bit of this green through so it matches my scarf. So I'm actually liking this a little bit better. All right. And then I like matching buttons, but you can also do mismatch buttons on there. These are some cloth buttons that I have a huge collection of because they are always sent extra with my chef's jackets in case you lose a button. And so over time, I've probably collected hundreds of these. And I thought, oh, those will make the perfect pull buttons for my snowman. So I'm just going to bring my glue gun over. And I'm going to lay my snowman down flat because I think that's what works the best. And I'll put 3 little flats of glue for my buttons. 1, 2, and 3. And then I'm going to put just a little glue for my note. Doesn't take much. Oh, and the snowman is really starting to come to life now. I'll show you what we got here in a moment. Just straighten her scarf. Let's see what we got. Look at this adorable snowman. Cute little scarf. I've even made it with leftover shower curtains, regular curtains. You could make a scarf out of any fabric that you have lying around that you don't need for anything. A couple buttons. And we have our little century snowman. Like I said, a great little craft for kids or adults to make. I actually, I'm almost 50 years old. I had a blast making this snowman. This is probably the 4th or 5th one I've made. So it's a lot of fun. Great little craft to do in the wintertime when it is too cold to go outside and do anything out there. Again, with the noses, I got those for about $4 or $5 off Amazon. They come in all different assorted sizes. You could use something else for the eyes if you want, but I think drawing them on is a simple and effective and cheap method to get a nice smile in the eyes for your snowman. And then just some leftover buttons, whatever you've got lying around in your sewing kit. And then, of course, let's not forget about our mismatched hat. All right, that's the end of our snowman demonstration for today. I I hope you all are staying warm wherever you are and cozying up with the ones you love. We'll see you back soon. Thanks.